This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel 1970-73 Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler YouTube channel.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 1970-73 Carryover League. We are into the playoffs now with a series in the American League with the number 3 seed Chi Sox against the number 2 seed Red Sox. Let's take a quick peek back at the results of the wild card round to catch you up. Wild card round ended with 3 of the 4 series going the maximum 5 games. The home teams won all game 5s and they all advanced. The only outlier was a visiting Dodgers team wiped out an overmatched expansion team, Las Vegas, 3-0. So what's it mean? It means you've got 3s, 4s advancing against 1s and 2s. American League, you got the number 4 Cleveland going to number 1 Oakland, number 3 Chicago at number 2 Boston. In the National League, the number 5 Dodgers get the dubious honor of facing the number 1 New York Mets, the number 3 Astros and Joe Morgan, their second baseman, go to Cincinnati to face Cincinnati Reds, the number 2 seed in the National League. By the way, these are games over 500, these numbers here. And you can see in the National League, you have this up, 14, 27, 34, 43 in these finalists, 43 over 500. American League, 9, 14, 20, 22 over 500. Big disparity at the top of each league at this level. So tonight we have a series with the White Sox and the Red Sox, and it's a really fascinating series because even though the Red Sox got the bye and are the 2 seed, they are probably considered the favorite, but not by much, and you might even consider the White Sox to be a better squad. White Sox are a team that has really put together a nice team taking full advantage of the 4-year carryover rules. They find guys who have their best year within the 4-year period and they plug them in nicely. They boast 7 good hitters in the top of the lineup. If Tony Muser hitting 285 at first base is considered good, but yeah, I think he is. 285 is a nice hitter. The other 6 guys above him can get on base and hit homers. And then they have great starting pitching led by Wilbur Woods, Tom Bradley, Stan Bonson. They have an untested bullpen pretty much because Wilbur Wood throws so many complete games, your bullpen doesn't get enough work. Boston, of course, has the legendary Yastrzemski card of 1970. They've got overachieving Sonny Siebert, Bill Lee, Louis Tiant with an ERA below 2. They also have a bullpen that is tested and is kind of a train wreck. So, here we are. Let's take a look at what's going on. Game 1 opening in Fenway Park. Of course, it will be the Wood. Wilbur Wood on the mound in Fenway against Sonny Siebert. The teams have had enough days off before the series starts to reset and get to the top of their rotation. We go to the 2nd inning, and it is Buddy Bradford. Really clubs homers against righties. He hits one over the monster. It's 1-0. Bottom of the 2nd, with a man on, a very uncharacteristic error by Louis Aparicio extends the inning, and then a 2-out single by Jerry Moses, 2-run single off of Wilbur Wood, and it's 2-1. We go to the 6th. After a double and 2 outs, Bill Melton, 2-run blast, 3-2 Chi Sox. But in the bottom of the inning, they get to Wilbur Wood again. It's a Yastrzemski double, a single by Canigliaro, a double by Reggie Smith, and Jerry Moses again, who only plays against left-handed pitching with another RBI. And the Red Sox retake the lead, 4-3. Back and forth between these 2 excellent baseball teams. Into the 7th. Sonny Siebert starting to run out of gas, but he's a starter 8, and more importantly, both teams don't want to have to go to their bullpen if they don't have to. Unfortunately for Siebert, he gives up a single to Williams, a double to Carlos May to tie it, and an RBI single by Dick Allen to give the Chi Sox a 5-4 lead. Wilbur Wood holds steady. In the 8th, Bill Melton's second homer game. This is a solo one. And in the 9th, Dick Allen a solo home run. And it's a 7-4 final in Fenway. Too much power for the White Sox. And yeah, they can go toe-to-toe in the power department. Let me read you some home run numbers here. We'll skip Aparicio and Williams, the table setters. Carlos May had 12, Dick Allen 37, Bradford 8 and 168 at bats, so that prorates to 20, and Bill Melton 33, Tony Muser 4. So they have plenty of power to keep up with the Red Sox. And they win game 1, 7-4. So the Red Sox need to even this thing up in Fenway in game 2. And they will have Tom Bradley for the Chi Sox and the spaceman Bill Lee for the Red Sox. Now Bill Lee, his season, he's been getting off to slow starts and then he survives and pitches well after that. Don't have to worry today, folks. That's not a slow start. He gets the first 8 batters out and he throws 7 shutout innings. Meanwhile, Tom Bradley is having struggles in the 2nd inning. Triple by Tommy Harper, sac fly, a single, a walk, and then, this is interesting here. So Tom Bradley, better against righties than lefties, and the Red Sox decided to try something by using some of their bench players who were free agents, namely Larry Stahl, who they acquired. Larry Stahl is most notable for blowing up Milt Pappas' perfect game in 1972 by drawing a walk. Angel Bravo was a red pinch hitter. He's left-handed. Angel Bravo walked to put 2 men on for Yastrzemski, who hits a 3-run homer. So you see, that's how they undid Bradley there. And then that bottom group again. Larry Stahl with a double, John Kennedy with a double, a sac fly by Yaz. It's 6 runs, more than enough for the spaceman. He goes 8 innings. And now, interestingly, once this game got out of hand, the White Sox decided to bring their bullpen in and get them some work, just some practice. You know, just because you guys are untested, you need some work. And Terry Forster, Dick Selma, Dave Lemons each pitched 2/3 of an inning without any damage. Also, Gary Wagner got some practice in closing, even though he had a 5-run lead. He pitches a scoreless 9th. So, both bullpens survive. Okay. The series is split. We go to game 3 in Comiskey Park. Oh my goodness, folks. It'll be Louis Tiant for the Red Sox against Stan Bonson for the Chi Sox. Now early on, for whatever reason, Louis Tiant's having a miserable year with a card that has a 192 ERA on it. In the 3rd inning, yes, Louis Aparicio gets a hold of one. 2-run bomb by Aparicio. It's 2-zip. Top of the 4th, solo homer by Yastrzemski. RBI single by Canigliaro. We're tied at 2. But the White Sox continue to do their damage. They get the dreaded bases-loaded walk to Walt Williams in the 4th to take a 3-2 lead. They get an RBI single by Bill Melton to take a 4-2 lead. Then in the 6th inning, with 2 on and 2 outs, it's Carlos May having a very quiet year in the power column. 3-run homer. It is 7-2, and this thing is just about over for Stan Bonson and the White Sox. Or is it? So Stan Bonson, just keep on going, Stan. Don't make us go into that White Sox bullpen. My goodness. So Bonson is up a hit and a walk, and he is pulled. And they start this affair, debacle, whatever you want to call it, by bringing Terry Forster. Comes trotting out of the White Sox bullpen with a 5-run lead. He proceeds to walk John Kennedy, a bases-loaded walk to Doug Griffin. After a strikeout, it is a game-tying grand slam to Tommy Harper, and he blows a 7-2 lead, and it is 7-7. Thank you, Terry Forster. So, bottom of the inning, Tiant is pulled out, and John Curtis comes in for the Red Sox. He gives up a single, and a single, and a single, and a bases-loaded walk, and the White Sox retake the lead 8-7. Top of the 8th, Dick Selma comes in for the White Sox, and he actually pitches a good inning. Bottom of the inning, Bobby Bolin comes in for the Red Sox, and he also pitches poorly, gives up a double and a single. It's a 10-8 game for the White Sox. They're about to go up 2-1 in the 9th inning. They bring in Dave Lemons, a lefty, to face Yaz. He strikes him out. With 2 more outs to get, they go to their closer, Bob Humphreys. He gives up a single to Tommy Harper, gets Carlton Fisk to ground out, and with 2 outs, Reggie Smith with a 2-run, 2-out homer in the top of the 9th inning to tie the game at 10. At 9, excuse me. Yeah, it's 9-9 at this point. Gary Wagner finishes the 9th inning, or Bobby Berlin finishes the 9th inning. In the top of the 10th inning, Bob Humphreys has to continue because the White Sox have run out of pitchers. He gives up a hit to Larry Stahl. And then with a runner at first and 2 outs, Doug Griffin, the banjo-hitting second baseman, is a scheduled batter. But the Red Sox decide to pinch hit Mike Andrews, who has power and actually played for the White Sox in '71, but he was a Red Sox prior to that. He rolls homer 1-18 and misses it, but gets the double, and Larry Stahl's a 14-runner, and he runs around the bases and scores. The Red Sox get a 1-run lead. Then in the bottom of the inning, Gary Wagner comes in, faces Dick Allen, solo shot Dick Allen, and we have another blown save, blown lead, blown everything. We have had all the relievers for the squads have come in, and they've all sucked. So, with the game tied at 10 after 10, the White Sox do something courageous here. They have Lou Krause scheduled to pitch Game 4. He's going to come out of the bullpen and pitch the 11th inning, which means that he's going to skip his start in Game 4. And that means that Wilbur Wood is going to have to come back on 2 days rest and pitch Game 4. This is something Wilbur Wood did often in 1972 and 73. It's only the second time this year it will be done. But Lou Krause comes on in the top of the 11th, gets 3 up and 3 down. And then Gary Wagner, unfortunately, the Red Sox do not have that versatility. They don't have a guy who can pitch on 2 days rest, so Gary Wagner has to continue, and he sucks even more. He gives up a single to Bobby Knoop, and then after a ground ball moves him up, our hero, Louis Aparicio, 2-out, bloop single. Aparicio is the glue to this Chi Sox team, folks. I'm telling you, I've been playing with this Aparicio, the 69 and 70 Aparicio cards for the White Sox. Dude's been in the 3 All-Star games, and it's just like every time I look at his card, a hit's coming. 2-run homer in this game, a walk, and a game-winning hit. The White Sox beat the Red Sox 11-10 in one of the wildest Strat-O-Matic games ever played. We had 9 pitchers in 11 innings. And that means that in Game 4 that I played, Wilbur Wood would have to come back on 2 days rest. And so how does he do? For Boston, it's going to be Marty Patton. Game 4 at Comiskey Park against Wilbur Wood. Bottom of the first, Dick Allen, RBI single. In the 4th inning, Buddy Bradford solo homer. In the 5th and 6th inning, another single, an error by Rico Petrocelli, unearned run. A 2-run single by who? Tom Egan? Yes, Tom Egan is part of a very weak catching platoon the White Sox have. But they have the lead 5-0, and meanwhile, Wilbur Wood continues to do Wilbur Wood things, scatters 4 singles through 8 innings. With 2 outs in the 9th inning, Reggie Smith singles, Tony Conigliaro hits a 2-run home run, and don't worry, folks, that bullpen light is not going on. No freaking way. Even the Red Sox, with Marty Patton struggling, they did not go to their bullpen. No freaking way, folks. At least give the bullpen a day to think about things. It's a 5-2 win for the White Sox. They are now up 3-1 in this series. Wilbur Wood's already pitched twice. He's available for a Game 7, but not a Game 6. So we have Game 5 in Comiskey, and the White Sox do not, I repeat, the White Sox do not want to get on an airplane. They want this to end right here at home. If they go to Fenway, oh boy, We'll have Tom Bradley, who pitched very poorly last time in Fenway, going up against the spaceman Bill Lee, who pitched brilliantly his last time out. Huge advantage for the Red Sox. So, today, it'll be Sonny Siebert, the ace of the Boston Red Sox, attempting to save their season on the brink of elimination against Lou Krause, the winner of Game 3 in the bullpen, but he only pitched 1 inning, so he's still pretty fresh. He is a starter 6. Don't expect him to throw a complete game, but hopefully one of these teams can figure out how to close out a game, how to finish. You know, you hear that's talked about finishing a lot in football. Got to learn how to finish. Got to learn how to finish. Well, in baseball, the only way to finish is to get relief pitchers who can get a save. And none of these clowns can do it. One of these teams' bullpen has to rise up. In game number 5, let's get started from Comiskey Park. Leading off for the Red Sox, it'll be Tommy Harper. 46, it's a Scotterite. Mike Andrews. 1-8, let's take a look at the Andrews card. There you see it, folks. That's the role he did in Game 3 as a pinch hitter. A 1-8 homer 1-18. Now, as we would find out, by missing it, it cost him the game. The double still got the run to score on the bases to give him the lead, but a 2-run homer would have won the thing. So the White Sox have really gotten some fortunate breaks on rolls of 19 or 20. We saw the same thing in the previous series when George Scott, on a 1-19 roll running the bases, got thrown out the plate by the weak arm of Carlos May. Here 1-8 is indeed the roll of an 8, and that is gone. And the Red Sox get the first run. Yastrzemski, 5-11, bounces back to Krause. He is an E16 pitcher, and he makes the play. With 2 outs, it's Fisk. Bounce to short. Bottom of 1 in Comiskey. It'll be Walt Williams, 33. Here's a liner to short. And now here's Louis Aparicio, and the fans love this guy. They give him a standing O with his power and his clutch hitting in Game 4. And look behind Wilbur Wood. Let's see what he can do in Game 5. 2-6. Let's show you the card, folks. So, this card will hit you 313 in 1970. 600 plate appearances, 29 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs, only 34 strikeouts. Surprised he's not an A or B stealer. He's a C, not a big deal. They don't steal a lot of bases anyway. A bunter, B hit runner, 15 runner, and the heartbeat and soul of the Chi Sox. 2-6, double 1-5 is a base hit. Hasn't been stealing because of Carlton Fisk has a -3 arm. Here's Carlos May. 2-6. Let's take a look at the May card. We'll get the cards out of the way early today. 2-6 is double 1-4. Single dot, and the White Sox have something going. They got speed at first. Being held on for Dick Allen. 57 is a strikeout. Big strikeout for Siebert. And with 2 outs, it's Buddy Bradford. 4-11. First C. Sonny Siebert battles back and gets the last 2 batters out after runners on the corners. Freddie Smith, 33, pops to first. Rico Petrocelli, 110, flies to left. And with 2 outs, it's Tony Canigliaro, 66. Triple 1-4 off of Krause is a base hit. And with 2 outs, John Kennedy, 48, is a pop to first. Red Sox tweaked their lineup slightly to get the best Red Sox players they can into the lineup, with Larry Stahl and Angel Bravo on the bench, and Doug Griffin simply being a defensive replacement for Mike Andrews. So this is the best offense the Red Sox have. If they go out today, they're going to go out with their bats blazing. Bottom of the 2nd, it'll be Bill Melton. 4-10, lines of short. Tony Muser, 110, rolls the pitcher. Tom Egan, 2-5, is a K. Top of the 3rd, it's Jerry Moses against the righty. He doesn't normally bat, mostly against lefties, but he was very hot against Wood. He has power and plenty of homers against righties. 57's a K. Tommy Harper, 112 is a strikeout plus injury. That is big. They just lost the left fielder. Well, they have Larry Stahl and Angel Bravo. I guess let's go with Bravo. Bravo, who is mostly a pinch hitter, will play left field the rest of the way with 2 outs for Mike Andrews. 69 is a walk. And with 2 outs, it's Yastrzemski. 211 rolls to first. Yaz has been kind of quiet in this series. It's time for him to turn it around, or that could be curtains for that brilliant 1970 card. Bottom of the third of a 1-0 game, it's Bobby Knoop. 2-8 rolls to short. Walt Williams, 6'11", flies a left X. There's your guy Bravo. The 3E16 defense in left field, and that's a base hit, and Tommy Harper gets to that ball. Okay, C-Stealer, Aparicio, and you know what? He's going to do a hit and run this time. Oh, it's a fielder's choice. That was not the right call. That's okay. He does a lot of bunting, hitting and running, and rolling off his card, and likes to mix it up. And that was a fielder's choice. He's on at first for Carlos May. 34 grounds to short. So, the hit and run didn't work. We go to the fourth. It's Carlton Fisk. 2-9, rolls to short. Reggie Smith, 57 is a bouncer to second X. This is Knoop, a 2E15 second baseman. But a cheap single off the 2E15 second baseman. That's a tough break. Petrocelli, 62, first C, and with 2 outs, Tony Canigliaro, 66, is triple 1-4, base hit, and they get the cheap run off the Chi-Sox defense. You know, the Chi-Sox defense is pretty good, folks. You got 2s across the infield plus Melton's a 3. Outfield, not so much. You got Williams a 4 and 2 3s. But their infield defense is good until the 4th inning when they surrender a run. 1 on and 2 outs for John Kennedy. 5'10", catcher's card. Egan, who was an Angel, not a White Sox, but he's a 2E4 catcher. And the inning's over. 2-0. Sonny Siebert, the heart and soul of the Red Sox rotation. One of the things about Sonny is that he very seldom blows up. He'll give you 6 innings all the time. He's only had 1 blow up in YouTube in the last couple of years. That's why the Red Sox have been at the top of the playoff run. Dick Allen, your MVP, 47K. Not my MVP. He's not had that kind of a year, but he did win it in 72, of course. Buddy Bradford, 45, pops to first. And with 2 outs, Bill Melton, 410, lines are short. The big 3 in the middle do nothing here. Sonny Siebert, go to the 5th. Jerry Moses, 47's a K. Now we have Angel Bravo in that leadoff spot. 411, first C. And Mike Andrews, 57 is a K. Lou Krause having a nice game. A homer off the Andrews card, a cheap run in the 4th. Done very well through 5 innings, but the Chi-Sox have not been able to crack Sonny Siebert. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Tony Muser. 111, lines the first. Tom Egan, 46, is a base hit off of Siebert. Your tie run is Bobby Knoop. 5'10 is catcher's card. Now Fisk has a bad E rating. He's a 1E16. You don't see that very often. He gets the foul out. And with 2 outs, it's Walt Williams. 211 is a pop to short. We'll go to the 6th inning, but first let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okay. 2-zip. We go to the 6th. It'll be Yastrzemski. 3-6 is a walk. Ace stealer. Egan with a +1 arm. I think he's going to steal a base, folks. They're down, and he is going to be safe on a 7. Your 1970 MVP runner-up, Yastrzemski, was an ace stealer with 40 homers and a .329 average and 128 walks and a very good left fielder and first baseman. And yeah, that's called being slighted for the MVP. He's on at second for Fisk. 411, left X. Left fielder is Carlos May, a 3-5. A little shaky out there. And he makes a 2-base error. Now you got to pay attention to Krause. He's in starter 6. So that will score Yaz from second. You have another runner at second with nobody out, and it's Reggie Smith. 65 off of Krause. Big moment here. Homer, 1-4. Fly ball the rest. And it stays in the park on a 17. So there's an out. Rico Petrocelli, 42, rolls to the pitcher. And with 2 outs, it'll be Tony Canigliaro. 57 is a strikeout. Luke Krause survives that 6th inning. Wasn't his fault. His defense has let him down a couple times today. 3-0 game for Sonny Siebert. White Sox have got to get this guy out of the game and get into that Boston bullpen. It'll be Louis Aparicio leading off in the 6th. 3-6, you saw the card earlier. Homer, 1-6, double, it's a 2-base hit. He's been on twice. Carlos May, 2-7 base hit to left field. Now Aparicio, 15 will hold. He could score, but he's going to hold up at third because they're down by 2 men. You can't risk getting thrown out when you're down 3. So you have runners on the corners, plus you have an ace stealer who has to be held on base. And it's Dick Allen, your 72 MVP. A homer would go really well here for the Chi Sox. Matter of fact, all these goons, Allen, Bradford, and Melton, plenty of homer power here to tie this thing. Playing back, holding Carlos May. The pitch to Dick Allen. 59 is short X. This is Rico Petrocelli. Not as good as he was in 69. He was a 2. Now he's a 3-24, and that's a base hit off the 3. A base hit off of Rico Petrocelli's range in 70. He's just off from 69, and frankly played more third than short. But the Red Sox are playing him at short without an heir apparent there. So that scores the run Aparicio. You got first and second, still nobody out. It's a 3-1 game. Sonny Siebert's a starter 8, though. You know he's going to stiffen up. He is not coming out. No siree, Bob. First and second, nobody out for Buddy Bradford. The pitch. 2-8 is a strikeout. Playing back now for Bill Melton. The pitch to Bill. 3-6! Take a look at Bill Melton's card! Tons of home runs. 33 of them, folks. And just like that, the Chicago White Sox have taken a lead in Game 5 with a 3-run homer by Bill Melton. He had 2 home runs in Game 1. You know, the best thing about this White Sox team is that they are not relying on Dick Allen to carry them. They're getting contributions from a bunch of different guys, and that's the key in Strat. And they got a 4-3 lead off of Sonny Siebert. The bad news is there's 3 more innings to play, and Luke Krause is a starter 6. So it'll be Tony Muser with that 1 out. 2-7, Muser singles. They keep going here. Tom Egan with a runner on first and 1 out. 1-7's a walk. 2 on with 1 out. Normally you'd go to your bullpen, not this Boston team. Bobby Canoop. 68 is a sky to center. And with 2 outs, they'll bat around with Walt Williams. 2 on and 2 outs. The pitch to Walt. 65 off the Siebert. He rallies and gets a grounder to second. It could have been much worse. They leave 2 runners on with 1 out. Do not bring an insurance home. We have a 4-3 game in Comiskey Park. The White Sox are 9 outs away from the American League Championship Series. And they have some things they like to do when they get a lead, such as get some defense in here. Russ Snyder comes in for Williams as a 2 outfielder. Noop's already in the game, and that'll do it. It's a 1-run lead, and you got Lou Krause, starter 6. But you know this team, they do not like this bullpen at all. And trying to get 9 outs is like the Chinese remainder theorem. It's almost impossible. The one thing about Krause is he gives up home runs. Automatic homers on 6-4. Of course, Boston has nothing but guys with power. Except they did lose Tommy Harper. I think they're going to they'll let Krause go through Kennedy and Moses, but then you got Bravo at the top, who can't hit lefties because of the injury. So most likely you'll go to Terry Forster if there is trouble. So it'll be John Kennedy leading off in the 7th for the Red Sox. 2-6 is double 1-8. It's a base hit. Oh boy, folks. The tie run is on first. And the batter is Jerry Moses. Let's take a look at the Jerry Moses card before he swings. You see, interesting card. Mostly plays against lefties. As it turns out, he does hit extra base hits, a triple, double, and a double. But look, he doesn't actually have power against lefties. He's got power and plenty of it against righties. With homers on 3-5 and a 10 chance on 6. That's exactly what Boston could use in this situation against Lou Krause, a guy who gives up home runs. So I know if I go to the bullpen now, it'll blow up on me. So I'll let Lou Krause blow up on me and have to pitch to Jerry Moses. Here we go. Here's the pitch. 56. 2 cracks at it on the 6th and missed them both. Second X. This is Bobby Knoop. He missed the double play earlier. He's a 2E15. Is it E15 or E11? Let me double check. Knoop. It's a 2E15. Desperately needs a double play here on his 2-ness. A 2. And he gets a double play. Big moment there for the White Sox. Now, well, Angel Bravo, you can pitch to him now. He doesn't have power. I'm just trying to think if they could pinch hit for him with a right-handed batter, Griffin. And then you... Oh, Yastrzemski can play left field. That's what they're going to do. So, I forgot. Yaz can play the outfield, and you can put Andrews at first base and put Doug Griffin. That's what they're going to do. Batting for Bravo will be Doug Griffin. So, Krause is coming out after 6 2/3, and they want Forster to come in to face the lefty Bravo, and Boston says, fool you. You're not pitching to Bravo. You're going to have to pitch to Doug Griffin, coming in as a pinch hitter. Let's take a look at Doug Griffin. He's not much, but he's right-handed. And Terry Forster isn't much against righties, and he has to pitch to at least Griffin. They could lift Forster after Griffin to have somebody else pitch to Andrews and Yastrzemski. But anyway, it'll be Doug Griffin with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch to Doug. 5-11 off Forster is a walk. Of course it is. It's the reliever. Now you got Mike Andrews. Oh my goodness. You kind of want Forster to get through to Yaz. Mike Andrews only hits the home run on 1-8 like twice already in the last 7 innings. What could possibly go wrong? Future White Sox Mike Andrews torturing his team. He will bat with the tie run at first against the lefty Terry Forster here. The pitch to Mike Andrews. 37, it's only a walk, folks. And that puts the tie run at second and the lead run at first for Yastrzemski. Let's take a look at Yaz's card. A total destruction of right-handed pitching and almost the same thing against left-handed pitching, but it is Terry Forster who is good against lefties, and this is the matchup the Chi Sox want in this situation with no base open. So yeah, you have Yaz, and if he gets on, they'll go to a righty to face Fisk. So here we go with 2 on now and 2 outs. It'll be Carl Yastrzemski. 5-11 off Forster, another walk! The 3rd consecutive walk, and the Boo Birds come out in Chicago as he does nothing but load the bases with nobody out. So, it's Carlton Fisk. Yeah. This game might be 12-10 as well. These bullpens are horrible. Just atrocious. Forster does nothing. The good news is, if there is such a thing as good news, the best White Sox pitcher, I have to say in this bullpen, is Dick Selma, a long man. Let's take a look at Dick Selma. He was actually a Philly in 1970, 8-9 with a 2.75 ERA and 134 innings of relief. He was included in the Dick Allen trade. You may not recall, but in the offseason, we had Dick Allen going straight to the White Sox without stops in St. Louis and Los Angeles in 1971. It was a big trade, and Selma and Allen left Philadelphia for the White Sox, and the White Sox sent some guys to the Dodgers, And the Dodgers sent some guys to the Braves, and the Braves sent some guys back to the Phillies. It was a big trade. That's the long and short of Dick Selma's entrance into this game in the 7th inning. The bases are loaded. A single, a double play, and 3 walks, and Boston has not scored yet. 4-3. Bases loaded. 2 outs. I got to put Carlton Fisk right here. CF. Bases loaded. The pitch to Carlton Fisk. 43 off of Selma. Ground ball to second X again. It's Bobby Knoop. Again, you got to put a 2E15. You got to put his defense in there. Should be an out. And it is. Bobby Knoop has fielded 2 out of 3 ground balls, and none bigger than that one. Got the double play to get the first 2 outs. And he cleans up the final out after Forster's disaster. What a long day. Stretch time here in Chicago. We are listening to the Baby Huey story. Baby Huey and the Babysitters with Curtis Mayfield's band from the Curtum label, 1970 LP. This is a double expanded edition. You get the 9 cuts, 8 cuts from the record, and then they have a bunch of instrumental versions of all their stuff. Listen to Me, that was the big one there. Listen to Me by Baby Huey and the Babysitters in the bottom of the 7th inning, 4-3. Sonny Siebert is still going to deal in the bottom of the inning. And leading it off will be Louis Aparicio. 1-6 grounds to short. Carlos May, 2 for 3 today. 4-10 pops to third. And with 2 outs, it's Dick Allen. 1-6. Let's take a look at Dick Allen's 1972 MVP card. Homer 1-19. Rolls a 17 and it's gone. Chi Sox take a 5-3 lead. And it's Buddy Bradford, 59, bounced to short. This is Petrocelli, a 324, but he gave a big single on his defense last time around. This time he makes the play. Nice stuff there by Baby Huey. Turn down a little bit. 7 in the books. It is 5-3, a 2-run lead for Dick Selma, who was a relief 4, and we could get a 3-inning save out of Dick Selma because the White Sox know that they could just finish this game. They would have 3 days off for the American League Championship Series, and they don't have to worry about Dave Lemons and Bob Humphreys. They're going to turn this thing over to Dick Selma. Of course, once he pitches 3 innings, he would need time off, and he would get it. So he will hopefully continue and see if he can finish this thing. Fisk made the final out in the 7th. It'll be Reggie Smith in the 8th. By the way, Mike Andrews is playing first base. Doug Griffin is playing second, and Yaz is playing left. Forgot to mention that when I moved Yaz to the outfield. Reggie Smith will lead off here. 1-4, skies are right. It's Rico Petrocelli. 58 off Selma is a K, and with 2 outs, it's Tony Canigliaro. 47 is a K. 4 outs recorded by Dick Selma, which is the highlight of the White Sox season. Sonny Siebert's not going anywhere. They had a complete game loss in Game 4, and they'll do a complete game loss in Game 5 just to avoid the bullpen, unless he breaks in the bottom of this inning. So it'll be Bill Melton with a big 3-run homer in the 6th leading off. 1-8, it's a bouncer to short. Tony Muser, 69, pops to third. And with 2 outs, it's Tom Egan. 69, flies to right field. They're going to bring in a defensive catcher, Mike Ryan, for Egan to add even more insurance. We have a 5-3 game in the 9th inning. Last time we had this, Bob Humphreys, the closer, was brought in. He gave up a 2-run homer. They're not making the same mistake. They're going to have Dick Selma pitch forever. And yeah, that's it. It's Dick Selma's game to win or lose, as what the White Sox are going to play this one. So he needs 3 outs in the 9th inning to become a hero of the Chicago White Sox. John Kennedy leads off. I might want to mention that if he does close this thing out, he might be the new closer, and Humphreys would go into a setup role from here on out as a proof of proof of the pudding's in the taste kind of move. John Kennedy, 68 off Selma. Of course, it's a walk to start the 9th inning. And now you have Jerry Moses. Saw his card earlier. Talked about all those home runs against righties. The pitch to Jerry Moses. 58 off Selma's a K. Can you avoid pitching to Yastrzemski? If you get the next 2 batters out, Yaz will be in the on-deck circle. It's Doug Griffin and Mike Andrews. A couple of right-handed batters for Selma. Griffin has no power and a 1 in 4 chance on 10. And we know what Mike Andrews can do. Here is the pitch to Doug Griffin. 38 is a grounder to short. And with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Oh, wait a minute. 38 grounder to short. That's short A+. I forgot we had a runner on base. That's a 6-4-3 double play. Sorry to be anticlimactic, folks, but that's a double play ball. A 6-4-3 double play off the Griffin card with Kennedy on at first and 1 out. 6-4-3 double play ends the game, and Andrews doesn't get the bat or Yastrzemski. The White Sox do indeed close it out with Dick Selma getting the final 7 outs. And how about the double plays here? One by Noop's defense, one off of Doug Griffin's card, which is brutal for a singles hitter like Griffin on double play. But that's how Boston's season will end. And what else could they do? They were down 2 runs in the 9th, and they only had Larry Stahl, but they had no other personnel to play second base. So that's it. That's how the game ends on a 6-4-3 double play. Selma gets the save, goes 2 1/3 innings. Siebert takes the loss. And it turns out that the White Sox were the big player in this series, winning 4 out of 5. Now you've got Wilbur Wood fully rested. Selma gets a save, 2 1/3 innings. He gives up a walk and 3 Ks. We'll just kind of put a short-term memory on Terry Forster's disaster. Forster came in and walked 3 batters and did nothing else. Lou Krause gets the win. 5 hits and 3 runs. It should go without saying that Boston's pretty lucky to even have this game close late in the game. They got gift runs in the 4th and 6th inning. So only 2 of those runs were earned. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Sonny Siebert, tough break here. It all fell apart in the 6th inning when the White Sox got their lineup cranked up with crooked number 4 runs and added insurance in the 7th. Everything is earned. He only walked 1 guy, struck out 4, got a complete game. Got to feel bad for Sonny Siebert. It is a 71 card, though. That card will come back next year for the Red Sox. That's good news for them. 1019-0108, 510-35, 510-35, 6814-1468. And that is the final score. Do the composite box for the 2 teams. White Sox really have a nice squad here. They're now 31-22. There's nothing fluky about it, and they had a good team. You got Allen, Aparicio, Bradford, plenty of stars. Louis Aparicio has 80 hits in 53 games. If that happens, setting the table for all those guys, Aparicio is hitting .351. If that happens, and what's Walt Williams doing? 44 for 168. Not as much. They also draw walks. Dick Allen has 30 walks. And 30 walks for Carlos May. Carlos May has stolen 17 bases. Louis Aparicio, believe it or not, has 11 stolen bases as a C stealer. Those are nice numbers. I know Carlos May only has 2 home runs, but the stolen bases help. So 31-22 for the White Sox. Selma, that's his first save of the year. Humphreys had 5, but he was terrible in the game 3. So they combined for 10 saves as a bullpen by committee, which would make anybody nervous, of course. The White Sox are hitting .270 with a 3.11 ERA. And for the Red Sox, losing 4 games to 1, what has happened in the American League East? They end up finishing 22-20, which is nothing to write home about. Gary Wagner, their closer, was 1-5 with 7 saves. He had 25% of their losses. He lost 5 of their 20 games. He gave up 10 earned runs in 18 innings, which is an ERA of 5.5. Moret, 11 runs in 17 innings. Bolin, 9 in 16, and John Curtis, 13 in 13. Just horrific relief pitching, and it often hurt the starting pitching when they stayed in there too long, like Sonny Siebert just did. The Red Sox finished the year hitting .269, which would be a great average for most teams, but this team expects more than that. .464 team ERA. Yaz's 1970 card is over now. He did have 11 homer, 38 RBIs, and 8 stolen bases, but the average was not where we thought it would be. He hits .298. Now that's a great average for most hitters, but Yastrzemski hits .329 with that card. And that hurt the team, and you know what? He led the club in hits with 51, so it's kind of an off year for the Red Sox. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the overall standings of that division. The American League East, this is what happened. The Orioles should have been in the playoffs. The Yankees should have been at least at 500. The Red Sox challenging with Toronto in the basement. This division was 7 games under 500. Meanwhile, in the Midwest, it was these 3 teams, all surprising. Twins and Brewers got eliminated, but still finished with winning records. And there's your White Sox going to the American League Championship Series to face the winner of Indians-A's later in this round. So we'll plug in the result into the schedule here, the postseason schedule. The White Sox win 4 games to 1. They are now 9 over 500, and Boston is 22-20. The White Sox, as a 3 seed, don't know if they're home or away yet. If Cleveland upsets the Oakland A's, then the White Sox would host the Indians. And also, the White Sox took 4 straight from the Indians in the postseason tournament. If the A's do what they're supposed to do and hold off the Cleveland Indians, the White Sox and A's would play the American League Championship Series. Pretty cool series we just had. And congratulations to the Chicago White Sox. They take care of the Red Sox 4 games to 1. Thanks for checking this out, folks. We'll see you next time.